Hello everybody, my name is Stupid Ninja, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build Age of Ultron minifigure scale Hulkbuster. So this is version 2 of my original Hulkbuster, which wasn't even nearly as good as this one. This one looks really good, obviously. And so that's pretty much it for that little mention there. He's just version 2. That's it, yeah. This is my second version of Hulkbuster that I built. He's way better than my original one. Much more articulation, much more detail. Slightly taller. My original one was about this tall. This one's just, slightly taller than that. But all in all, I think he looks really good. So, just getting right into it. First of all, detail. You can see he has all the little details Hulkbuster has. A little strip of gray there. It's supposed to be mechanical detail, but whatever. Gold on his thigh. He has this little piece of gray, or silver. All the repulsor lights, that one in the middle, and he has one on the back of his calf, and then he has some on the bottom of his feet, of course, but I couldn't add those in. Very flat feet, lots of articulation there. Let's see, he has the band of gold, he has a nice back, and then his chest looks really nice too. He has the gold clasps there, they're supposed to go up, but whatever. He has the gold there. Nice head. Really like this head design that I came up with. Decided to ditch the Lego head as it was massive and just didn't look quite so good. But yeah, this one looks really nice. Of course, he has the shoulder there, has the gold band there, and then of course, pretty nice looking hands. And so yeah, these pieces fall off a lot. But anyway, so now we can get into his articulation. And for articulation, his arms move forward, they move back, he bends 90 degrees at the elbow, and it rotates at the elbow. His hand moves up, down, and he has a little bit of thumb articulation there. And then, of course, these pieces move out to accommodate for his leg movement. So his legs move forward that much, out that much, back that much, bend at the knee, barely any degree at all. There's lots of ankle pivots, so you can get very wide, very stable stances. Lots of toe articulation as well, like right up there. He can really articulate his toes, even though that's not a very sturdy way of doing things. But he can do that. And then these pieces do move in and out. I think that's it for articulation. Now onto functionality. What he can do is you can open up the head, flip these panels back, and then just fold out these panels. And then flip down the front panel, and there you have Iron Man on the inside. It's a full minifigure. He is sitting down, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, see his mask can still flip up. Can't flip up in the helmet, but that's fine. Looks really good. Full minifigure just sitting in there. So yeah, I wanted to make sure to include that. Really wanted him to be able to say minifigure, and he does in fact. But anyway, folding all that back up, there's Hulkbuster back in his Hulkbuster mode, I guess. These panels do move as well, so if you wanted to articulate those, you can. This panel flaps as well, so I don't know what that would do. I guess if he's flying, you're going to want to move these out like that. But most of the time, they're going to be in like that. For otherwise functionality, that's pretty much it, I guess. Not much functionality with this guy other than the fact that he looks really cool and you can pose him really well. His knees are very loose, which is a huge letdown. But I don't have any maxi fig hands, so I wasn't able to fix that problem, which really does suck. And if you didn't know what a maxi fig hand is, basically a 1x2 ball joint. So like a 1x2, but one of the studs is a ball. And so yeah, I need to get some of those. They're really expensive and not everybody has them. Actually, pretty much nobody has them. But yeah, that's that. Looks really good. So now we can get to comparisons, and then I will show you how to build this guy. So here is Hulkbuster compared to a minifigure. Boom. He's way taller than a minifigure. A little bit too big. Hulkbuster's supposed to be probably around that height, which isn't very tall, and you can't pretty much do anything with that, and the proportions are really hard to get when you make him that tall, and I wanted to make sure to get really good proportions with this guy, so I just didn't make him that tall, even though maybe in a future version I can scale him down a little bit because I have learned some new techniques since then. But yeah, there he is with a minifigure, and here he is with Hulk, of course. As you can see, That's what I was talking about. Just way too big. I guess if you put Hulk up here, kind of made him look like that. You know, that's how big Hulk is, that's how big Hulkbuster is. That does sort of look in proportion, if you just kind of use a little bit of perspective there. But other than that, yeah, not quite right. Hulkbuster's supposed to be slightly taller than Hulk, so about right there. So this guy's, he's too large. Here he is with Optimus Prime. Just wanted to show him with something a lot bigger than him. And so there he is with him. Here he is with the new Party Wagon. I decided to reboot the Party Wagon because someone suggested something that I really, really liked. And I just really liked the idea. And also it was a little bit too big. So I decided to reboot that. So as you can see there, the Party Wagon has been scaled down. We'll make a video on this thing in the future days, weeks, probably week. Just to get all the colors matched and everything. Find more plates. But yeah. So that's the new Party Wagon. I use tan instead of yellow, which I like a lot better. And some of the colors aren't final, but I do think it looks quite better, and it has quite a cool functionality to it. So there's the new Party Wagon. And then, as you guys thought this was going to be a Skids and Mudflap video, here is Skids and Mudflap currently. And this design that I'm using for them, you can actually build them into their separate vehicle modes with this design. So I wanted to do that, but I also wanted to get two fairly good looking Transformers there. Even though they're not quite finished, I want to match some more. I want to match more of the colors, and just kind of finish it a little more, because it doesn't look, you know, it looks like the ice cream truck, but it doesn't look perfect so far. But I do think it looks pretty good. Anyway, yeah. So there's the teases and there's the comparisons. Obviously, he's way bigger than this tiny little mini bot. We can get into how to build this guy. I think I'll start with the legs and then move up from there. Okay, so here is Hulkbuster's leg. Very, very simple. Actually, it's not very simple. Well, I mean, looks simple, but it's very complicated actually, so I don't know why I said that. Very sturdy leg there. You know, you can really get into lots of poses and it won't fall over. Even toe poses sometimes. By itself, I think. I mean, yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is a very versatile leg. It can do a lot of things. But yeah, let's get into how to build that. So here's the leg partially taken apart. So let's just get started. Starting with the thigh. Here is the pieces you'll need for the thigh. Quite strange, really. I mean, it's weird. I built it in a very strange way in order to get the look I wanted. But basically you're going to need a 1x3 ball joint, or a 1x3 socket, and then just put a 1x1 cheese-slip on the side. Then you're going to take one of these pieces, which is the downward wall piece, 1x2, and then that's just going to fit on right there. Then you're going to take a 1x2 horizontal clip, and that'll go right there. And then you're just going to have a 1x2 there, 1x2 there, and then a stud there. Then on the bottom of that, facing this direction, you're going to take the 1x2 wall piece that goes up, place a plate on the back of that, then just take a 1x2 or two 1x1 cylinders, and those will just fit on right there, like that. So that is a big chunk of the thigh. To build the top half of it, which goes on like this, and it'll face this direction, it is a 1x2 piece with the 1x4 on the side, then just two studs, and then one of these 2x2 pieces. Then of course a 1x2 arch piece with a gray or silver stud on the side there, and then just a cheese slip there to finish everything up. That'll go right there. Then you'll take one of these 1x2 slider pieces in dark gray or light gray, and then just two 1x2 jumper plates with a 1x2 there. That'll all fit on like this. It should fit right there pretty perfectly. All the studs should match up just like that. So you have this complicated mess of a thigh, but it's very, very sturdy. You know, it's not going to fall apart very easy. So there's that. Then to make the calf, pretty simple, I guess. Just a 1x3 hinge plate, or hinge piece, with one of these downward 1x2s, and then a downward 1x2 on top again, with a cheese slope right there. Then a stud on the back, and another stud down there. And you're just going to add on the bottom half this time. And this is just a 1x3 ball socket with 1x2 wall pieces facing upward. And that's just going to go on like that, and all the pieces should fit together. So one of them should be one plate higher than the other. That's what you'll have for that. And then you can just reinforce it. Take a 2x2, that'll go right there. You'll take a 1x2 slope piece, and then you'll do the same on the other side, except this time you'll take a 1x2 and put a 1x1 plate there for the repulsor, and then you'll just take another 1x2 and plate it off. Make everything look nice. There's that little gap right there, but you know, most perspectives you're not going to see that. Instead, it's just going to look really good. Then for the top of it, this is pretty interesting. I built this piece. This is what it does. It's 4 red arches, both the same build. One has a stud on the bottom, one has a stud on the top, and then just 2 1x2 red arches, and those will just fit on like that. The one that's on top facing out. And then you'll build the other side, which is 2 arches, of course, no stud this time, instead the stud's on the actual piece itself. And then 2 of these half pegs, or half pins, they'll just fit in right there. Then you'll take a 1x2 gold jumper and put a repulsor or just translucent blue stud on the back of that. And those will all just fit together like that and create that nice curved look that I really wanted to make sure to get. And then that clip, or that hinge, will go into this clip, just like that, and there you have most of your Hulkbuster leg. And you can work on the foot, and it's really simple. Just one of these axle ball pieces. You can just use a 1x2 ball piece if you want. And then it'll go in a 1x2 piece there, a 1x2 brick with a axle hole. And then you just put a 1x2 on the back, 1x3 hinge piece, another 1x3 hinge piece on top of that, and then 2 little 1x1 hinges with a plate on one of them just to match. And then one of these tooth pieces, or just a gold 1x2 of some sort, and then a stud there. That should all fit on like that. And then you'll take 2 arches on top, of course, I forgot to mention that, and then one of these hinge pieces, a 1x2 hinge piece, with a 1x2 on top, and then just 2 plates for the toes. That'll go on like that. You can plug that in, and there you have one Hulkbuster leg. So that looks really nice. Now let's move on to the body. So right there I just sort of messily and stupidly ripped apart the top half, or the bottom half of the top half, and just want to show you in detail what the small, I guess the crotch piece is going to be. And so it's just 2 1x2 downward facing plates on top of 2 1x2 bricks with axle pieces, or axle slots in those, and those just go right there. And then you'll put the 1x2 upward facing one on the back, and then just finish it off with a 2x2 so everything's nice and sturdy. And then on the bottom here you're going to put a 1x2 jumper plate with a just a slope on the top of that. And then for the rest of this front part, you're going to take 2 1x3 hinge pieces connected together by a 1x2 with 2 1x1 gold pieces there for the crotch there. And then just a 2x2 actually clip piece with a 1x2 upward wall. I don't know what these are actually called, but that's what I'm calling them. And then a 1x2 jumper on top of that. I'll just go right there. And you take a 1x2 there with a translucent blue piece on the front. That is what you should have for the front of the body. And then for these kind of belt pieces, I guess, it's just 2 2x2 hinge pieces with a 2x2 clip piece on the side, and then a 1x4 curved piece with a stud and a red tooth piece there. And those just kind of fold down, so you just build 2 of those, and they fold down like that. And then for the chest pieces, it's 2 red flaps on a 2x2 gold hinge piece with a 2x2 there for the ribs, and then a 1x3 clip piece to clip onto the belt thing, and then lastly a robot arm. That'll just clip on right like that, just like that. And of course you can seat your minifigure in the body, but you don't have to right now, but you could if you wanted to, in theory. So that is the front of the body. And then for the back of the body, it's a little bit more complicated. What you start with is a 1x2 onto, and you put that on the back of a 2x2 or a 2x4 curved piece there, and that'll go on to the back of a 2x6, and then on that you'll put 2x2 and 1x2 there, and then you'll build this entire back piece. And what this is basically 2 2x2 hinge pieces with 2x2 hinge pieces, or clip pieces, and then 2 1x2s of any sort. I chose blue ones because they look like repulsors, and it kind of shines through the side of the body. And then on the back of that you'll put a 2x2 hinge again, and then a 1x2 gold hinge with binoculars on that, or whatever you want to put there, and then 2 studs there just to make it look more gold. Then you'll have 2 2x2 corner plates. Now those will be placed onto a 2x2 there. You can barely see that, but there's a 2x2 right there. So that'll just go there. And then everything on top of that 2x2 in the middle, which is just a red 2x2, you can see it right there, just poking through. And then you put 2 more 2x2 gray pieces, and then on the front of those you'll put 2 hinge pieces right there. Then they'll have just plates on the back just to fill it out. And then on these hinge pieces you'll place these, and these are just the repulsors. This is a 1x3 with 2 studs, and then a 1x1 in the middle. That's just a hinge piece. So that'll go right there and kind of hinge in like that. You can put it there like that, and then just hinge it in, just like that. And then this entire thing will fit on to the 2x6 as like so, just like that. And then you can build the head assembly, which is just a 2x2 with 3 little bars. This middle piece for his actual head itself is a 1x2 with a 2x2, or 1x2 on the top, then a 1x2 gold arch, and then another jumper plate for the chin. And then for the sides of the head, it's 2 claw pieces barely placed into these robot arms that just fit over this side of the entire head. Then that'll just place on right there. Then you'll take a 2x2 and that'll go right there. Okay, and now to build these shoulder panels, which is what you'll build next, you'll just take a 1x2, put a stud on the bottom, take a 1x1 brick with a hole, take a 1x2 red arch, a stud there, and that entire thing will just pop on right there and be pretty sturdy. The reason why you use this instead of anything else is so that the arm spins with less friction, so that this piece doesn't pop off. So I'll just go right there, and then you'll build these shoulder plates, which are pretty simple, just a 1x2, or 1x3 actually, with a 1x2 and then a 2x2 arch piece with some G-slopes there to create the right design. And that stuff will just snap together. And then you can add the front of the chest. That'll just go on like that. Then the head should just fold down right in the middle. And these pieces should kind of scoot to the center as well. And that is what you'll have. Then you can add the legs. Those are, just pop on right to the hip, just like that. That is what you'll have there. And now we can work on the arms. So here's one of the arms. Very, very simple construction. I don't really even need to take it apart completely because of how simple it is. It's just basically a 2x2 socket on a 1x3 hinge piece with some studs there. Then this all connects to 2 of these bracket pieces. That's what they're called, bracket pieces, yep. And then just some plates on top for some detail, and then a 2x2 curve piece there, and a 1x2 there. It's very simple. I'm pretty sure you can see how that's built. Pretty much this is just the side, and that's it. And then for the forearm, it's also very simple. One of those pieces, a bracket piece, and then a 1x1 brick with a hole, or stud actually, stud on the side. And then that's just a clip piece there, and then a 1x3 piece, 1x1 there. Then you have the hand, which is, I'm guessing you can see how this is built. It should be very simple. And then just a 1x1 there, 1x1 plate right in the middle, you can see that right there. And then for the gauntlet piece, it's just a 1x4 with a 1x2 on one of these larger bracket pieces with just some gold pieces on top. That'll just go right there, then you'll just snap that in place like that, and that should be the arms. Now, to finish off Hulkbuster, you can simply just plug the arms on, which this isn't the easiest thing to do in the world because the shoulders are sort of fragile when you're pushing them inward. And there you go. Actually, was better than I thought it would. There is Hulkbuster, all built and ready for battle. And he looks really good. Again, really love how this guy came out. That was pretty much the entire how-to. There's really nothing else to talk about. He's just really cool. I really like how this guy came out. One of my favorite builds on my channel, definitely. So I really like this guy. If you like this guy too, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to comment on anything else you want me to build. Subscribe, all that stuff. If you want to see more videos like this, click the playlist up there. You can subscribe by clicking there. That's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time.